G'day, Rockhound here! Earlier this week, Nexon, the parent company of Embark Studios, held their second quarter earnings call, and during that call, Nexon CEO Owen Mahoney provided an update about the next playtest for the finals, as well as a few tidbits of additional info, and also some interesting comments about the use of AI in gaming, all of which I thought I'd share with you. So let's get straight to the most essential info about the finals. Owen said, feedback from the summer test will be assimilated into the game ahead of one more planned beta test before the game launches on both PC and console, with a full marketing campaign later this year. So beta 3 is confirmed, and they're still on target for an end-of-year release to both PC and console, which is great to hear, especially for those console players that have been waiting patiently. As far as actual dates go, nothing firm was given. Still, my guess would be that we'll probably see the third beta kick off before the end of September, which would give Embark Studios a couple of months or so to give this free-to-play first-person shooter a final polish in the last couple of months of the year before launch. Owen also gave some info about existing interest in the finals from the gaming community. He said, with very little marketing to date, close to 3 million players have registered to playtest the finals, and more than 1.5 million players have put it on their Steam wishlist, making it among the 11 most wishlisted games globally. So the finals looks to be shaping up to be a hit for Embark Studios, so it's going to be really interesting to see how Beta 3 goes. We should probably expect the playtest to be pretty near the final polish for the game, but whether we see any new game modes included is unknown. Embark might save those for the game's launch. Let me know in the comments below what you'd like to see in Beta 3 that would make it different from the previous playtests. Lastly, Owen made some interesting comments when answering a question about how generative AI might change the gaming industry, which I thought I'd take the time to share with you, even though it's not directly about Embark Studios, because the comments could definitely apply to them. He said, on generative AI, as you mentioned, it's definitely a buzzword. We get questioned about it all the time now. This is up there with, let's see, shall we go down the list? Esports, crypto, VR, metaverse, you know, they kind of come and go. So it's definitely within that thing that captures observers' imagination and then ask game companies what their strategy is on that topic. And in the case of generative AI, I would posit the reason why generative AI is so interesting to people is because it resembles, sort of like the metaverse, it resembles popular sci-fi. And in generative AI looks the most like the HAL 9000 in the movie 2001, A Space Odyssey, or like typical robots that you see. And so it captures all of our imagination. When we spoke at the Morgan Stanley conference in London in 2019, we spoke in depth about the revolution that we think AI represents for the video games industry. And I think a lot of people's eyes glazed over when they heard that. They thought it was kind of boring. We weren't talking about generative AI, but I will tell you that AI is really real. It is a bonanza to the games industry. Generative AI is one vector that could be very, very helpful for the games industry, but this is a revolution. And what I was saying in my prepared remarks is I can tell you my friends who are actors and writers are very worried about generative AI, but it is an unmitigated bonanza for the games industry, and it goes way, way beyond generative AI. And so I think a lot of the observation is missing the point. So given those comments, and that we know Embark Studios have already used AI to develop the Ark environmental enemies in Ark Raiders, I'm really interested to see how Embark incorporate AI into their game making going into the future. It seems like we might be entering some exciting times ahead for players and studios alike. Okay, that wraps up this update for the finals. I'll be sure to let you know as soon as we have a date for Beta 3. Thanks for watching this video to the end. Subscribe if you'd like to see more content from my channel. Give a like or comment as you see fit, and enjoy the rest of your day. Kia kaha, stay strong.
Everybody knows the world ain't right. Down on your knees, get up and fight.